Good morning, everyone. As a part of this current affairs program, daily current affairs program, we are going to cover the main important papers of the Hindu, Economic Times, Mint, and various other regional papers, vernacular papers. The major important, as far as the important news events of today, the most important, overwhelming news is which covered almost all papers of the India. Okay, not only vernacular, even almost a sub-regional papers also. The most important news event is, okay, yesterday's result, assembly elections results of the 5 states. The 5 states like Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Telangana and Mizoram. As far as Mizoram is concerned, Election Commission deferred its counting for the today's, this is the December 4th, remaining states, it took place on 3rd December. Okay, as far as this result is concerned, the BJP 3-1 win, as ET mentioned and other papers mentioned, 3-1 in favor of the BJP. Out of the 4 states which has been released, the election result released, out of the 4 states, that is the Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Telangana, out of these 4 states, the BJP bagged the 3 states, that is the Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh with clear-cut mandate. No hung, as expected earlier by some analysts. As far as Telangana is concerned, for the first time after the creation of this Telangana state carved out of the earlier AP, okay, this BRS incessantly has ruled this Telangana state for the 10 years, the KCR, led by KCR. Now the Congress broke this, the ruling, incessant ruling of the TRS, and it used to be TRS, now it is a Bharatiya Rashtriya Samiti, BRS. Okay, first let's discuss about the Telangana. Out of the 119 seats of the assembly, this any political party to form the government, it needs 50% mark, you know. This out of this one, Congress got the 65. The Congress, INC, got the 65. Okay, it crossed the mark. Next, BRS 39, AMI, All India, AIMIM 7 seats. As usually, BJP 8, it increased its tally compared to previous elections, and others 0. So this CPI, and also CPI got the 1 seat out of the 65, CPI 1. So in this way, Congress, Indian National Congress has got the full mandate of the people to create a state government. This is the biggest boost to the now India group and this Indian National Congress, especially for the new and young leadership Rahul Gandhi. So this change was inevitable as expected by earlier. Though there are 3 particular reasons, certain reasons are there behind this change of the government, or else these 3 reasons favored the Indian National Congress, or else these 3 reasons has caused behind the defeat of the BRS, the so-called important Telangana, the champion of the Telangana, led by KCR. What are the 3 reasons? The most important factor is, number 1 is anti-incumbency. Number 1 is anti-incumbency. You know, this anti-incumbency is usual in a democratic country. It's not a China. In a democratic country like India, no political party cannot continue. No political party can continue its ruling. So anti-incumbency is there. If there is any discontentism, if there is any unsatisfaction among the population, okay, they can change through ballot. This is the beauty of Indian democracy. This kind of beauty we can see in yesterday's result. The 10 years unabated ruling of the and continuous ruling of the BRS was broken by the people's mandate. That is the ballot, through ballot. Okay. So this is what happened. The major important factor is anti-incumbency. Why anti-incumbency? Because the ruling establishment, BRS led by ruling, they could not fulfill the people's aspirations in various aspects like welfare programs, etc., etc. The most second important factor is this unemployment among the youth, especially new graduates. Okay, these many leakages, like in other states, there are many leakages related to TSPSC. These leakages, and this of course, this 10 is the BRS government has released unprecedented level of the notifications across this group 1, 2 up to group 4 and various police recruitment, etc., etc. But however, it failed to fulfill and to complete this process, this recruitment process. This is the result it results in the discontentism among the youth. This is the second most important factor. It added fuel to the earlier anti-incumbency. Around 30 lakh, according to one calculation, 30 lakh students fanned across the state. They encouraged their families and nearbys to vote in favor of the Congress and to vote against the BRS. So this is the major important factor. It can be vindicated by the INC Supreme Leader Rahul Gandhi visited a central library where the poor people are used to study. So he talked with the poor people. He increased the hopes of the people regarding the forthcoming government. Once this INC came to power, it will recruit as per the calendar. So in this way, this is created in against the BRS government. This is one of the major. The third one is another aspects like the development, various other factors which include the third major important factor is other factors. Mostly the development is confined to only Hyderabad city. Okay, out of the 36 administrative divisions of the nations, like this 28 states and 8 union territories, the Telangana is in forefront. Especially it is in forefront in growth and this per capita income out of the all South Indian states. Okay, but however, this development is concentrated in Telangana, this Hyderabad city, global city only. What about the remaining hinterland of this is the major factor which created anti-incumbency, increased the anti-incumbency among the rural population. That's why if you observe this mandate of the population, urban areas was so favorable to BRS, whereas the rural hinterland, countryside is against the ruling establishment. This is because of the lack of development in the rural areas, lack of development in other sector except this services sector. So this mandate is the biggest lesson to the forthcoming Lok Sabha elections. So the Telangana is a model. So look at other 3 states is not a big issue like what we have, because this Telangana mandate will influence the South Indian states in the forthcoming Lok Sabha election, which is scheduled to be April or May in the coming year. So this Telangana mandate will give a lot of edge to the INC in the South India. Whereas the BJP, it has closed the options for the BJP in South India. Okay, let's come out, let's shift to the next state, Chhattisgarh. So everybody expected this Congress may be winner, but the expectations dashed, and finally this instead of the INC, this BJP came to power with clear cut the mandate. Out of the around 90 seats, out of this Chhattisgarh 90 seats, okay, this BJP got the 54, whereas the INC got 35 and others 1. So BJP got clear cut mandate as far as Chhattisgarh is concerned. It's a Dandakaranya state where the administration, especially tribal oriented district. So the BJP has pinned the hopes on the tribals, because the BJP has given the first chance to tribal lady, that to tribal woman Draupadi Murmu, and this has played a great role among this tribal population. And also the developmental aspect, as far as the developmental aspect is concerned, the BJP is far ahead in terms of the developmental aspects, popular programs and other issues is concerned. BJP got this kind of this majority, almost this dominance in the, especially during the campaign itself, that reflected in the result. Okay, next important state is Rajasthan, where it was ruled by the Congress, that to an active chief minister Ashok Gehlot. Everybody was expected that Ashok Gehlot might have been retained power, but the BJP came to power because of the infighting in the Congress and development. As far as the development is concerned, Ashok Gehlot was in forefront across almost all states. But infighting in the Pakistan, within the party is one of the major reasons, and also the infighting, though they patched up before elections, people didn't believe in them. And also another important tradition of this, as far as this Rajasthan politics is concerned, every 5 years there is a change is inevitable. So earlier Congress, now this one. Earlier BJP, Congress, now Congress to this BJP. This shifting is usually happened in this one. But however, this big difference between the voting percentage is concerned, out of this one, 41% for the BJP, 41.7%. This Congress very close to this one, that is 39.79%. This vote difference between these two parties very less. So it indicates that Congress is not a bad party among the populace. But however, anti-incumbency, various certain this popular program, infighting, etc. These minor factors decided they decided and in favor of the BJP. Okay, now let's come to MP. MP is very important state because this second time the BJP retained power. Shivraj Singh Chauhan. This is one of the historic issue that too. This boosted the BJP. Because this BJP, everybody is talking about there is an anti-incumbency against this present ruling establishment at Hastina, that is Modi. Now this BJP has ruled out it, that Modi can come to power third time. So it boosted the hopes of the Modi to come to power third time. So that is what, that is no anti-incumbency as far as this election is concerned. This Shivraj Singh Chauhan retained power. It's a beautiful mandate as far as the MP people are concerned. Here, out of this, out of MP, out of 230 seats, 163 BJP, 66 INC. There is a big difference between in favor of this ruling establishment. No anti-incumbency like in other 3 states is concerned. No anti-incumbency worked out here. That is completely developmental aspects, and Shivraj Singh Chauhan charismatic leadership and welfare leadership, and also this Modi's charismatic outlook has given clear-cut mandate in favor of the BJP in the Madhya Pradesh. It's very crucial just before the coming Lok Sabha elections. So as far as this Mizoram is concerned, today, that is the December 4th, there is a election will be, this counting will be take place. Okay, this is what the mandate. But however, as far as the so-called semi-final before the final Lok Sabha election, this is almost analysts are described. This is the semi-final because 5 states, that two crucial states, not only in South India, even in Northern India. So this is the one of the litmus test for the coming Lok Sabha elections. As far as these elections are concerned, most important political parties are BJP, ruling establishment, and the most important opposition party INC, that too led by this Rahul. Bharat Jodo across this India's states has given boost to his leadership. Now Indian National Developmental Alliance group led by the Indian National Congress has got a big boost through this election process because it has lost 2 states, but however it has gained in new state. But as far as this election mandate is concerned, this is a very close, this ruling. For example, BJP got win in MP, BJP got win in this Rajasthan, BJP got win in Chhattisgarh newly. But however, Congress was so close, is so close to this BJP. So that is given a big boost to the Congress. So this is the most important. And also as far as this Telangana is concerned, it is at crossroads because it is in between the Northern India and South India. So earlier the Congress got the win in Karnataka, now it is a neighboring state Telangana. So now because of this Congress, this Karnataka and Telangana, this new doors are opened, vistas are opened for the Congress in South India and closed the doors for the BJP. So it is a big boost to the Congress, whereas in northern hinterland, in the hinterland, the BJP is still a force to be reckoned with. So that is why in the coming elections, these mini semi-final elections is clearly indicated that forthcoming Lok Sabha elections will be a stiff fight between the India group and BJP NDA. So we can expect the stiff Lok Sabha elections in the coming this April or May in the 2024. Okay, as far as the second major important news event today, as by Hindu and in other papers, the cyclone Michong. Michong is nothing but strength or religions, which has this name has given by Myanmar out of the 13 hinterland countries of the Indian Indian Ocean region. Out of 31, now it is a turn of this Myanmar to give this new name to a Bay of Bengal severe cyclone storm, severe cyclonic storm. This is the 4th severe cyclonic storms in 2023 in Bay of Bengal and 6th in the Indian Ocean region in India. Okay, this Michong cyclone is become very severe in the Indian Ocean region. This cyclone. This heavy rainfall due to cyclonic storm. This Michong cyclone is becoming so severe it may cross the Indian coastline, and once it crosses the coastline, it will dissipate and it will land. But however, it will lingering its effect on the overall 100 kilometer deep into the coastline. That's why heavy rainfall, cloudiness, lightning, etc., etc. But this is the severe cyclone according to Indian Meteorological Department. This speed is around 90 to 110 kilometer per hour. So that is why it is a severe cyclonic storm. Under this influence, that the tropical cyclone, tropical cyclone is almost a disaster, a big disaster in the coastal states like Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh and other coastal states also, in the form of, out of the three most important consequences, this storm surge is the major factor, because this, according to IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, this storm surge may be around 1 meter higher than the usual mean sea level. So it may inundate the local areas, causing flood, etc., etc. And another important is the heavy winds and incessant rainfall around the days of the rainfall. So it may cause very severe damages in the for the life and other property and agriculture, standing crops, etc., etc. That is why the all states across this coastal area, especially Tamil Nadu coastal districts and Andhra Pradesh coastal districts, and even the central government, the Prime Minister spoke to these two chief ministers, respective chief ministers. So Indian government, NDRF, National Disaster Management Act, under its one, the State Disaster Management Act, under the National Disaster Management Act, the state governments and the national government, union government was alerted to cope up this situation. So this is the very important news event in the coming days as well. Another important news related to yesterday's paper is this Indonesian cyclone. One important cyclone, this like a Krakatoa, this Marapi cyclones is started to erupt. It's very the northern coast of the Sumatra Island, very in the this Indonesia is on the ring of fire in between Indian Ocean and the this Pacific Ocean. So this Marapi, the cyclonic eruptions are not uncommon in this area. But however, this Marapi will causing a huge damage to the nearby vegetation, etc., etc., and this spewing this ash and other contents, global warming gases like sulfur dioxide, CO2 may spread up to stratosphere also. This is the very interesting news and most important news. Marapi volcano. Another important news event is this election code. So whenever these elections are happening, there is a model code of conduct, MCC, is in force. So as far as this election MCC is concerned, yesterday this Telangana DGP was suspended, because this Telangana, when this MCC was in force, he met the coming leader, this winning leader, is Ravant Reddy. So on this pretext, on this issue, the Election Commission of India has recommended to suspend him. So it is one of the important news event, because this election commission, actually this election commission rules are not enforceable, no teeth. But however, during the election, especially when the MCC was in force, MCC is in force, Model Code of Conduct, so it is more higher than any law. So it recommended to suspend the DGP. So it is a clear-cut signal to the importance of the non-violation of this MCC, Model Code of Conduct. That is the most important news. Another important is COP28. This COP28 started in November 30. It will continue until December 12th. The Prime Minister attended for this one. But however, yesterday India was abstained from the two important treaties, that is the climate and health. Another important issue is around 118 countries signed to that one. Another important is to triple the renewable energy resources by 2030. So India committed to these both two pledges very actively. In fact, India by 2035, according to Economic Times, where you can see one editorial page also, it has analyzed very clearly. By 2000, the present India's renewable energy is around 136 gigawatts. Gigawatt is 1000 watts. 136,000 gigawatts. According to calculation, by 2030, it may increase it to 450. Which means more than triple, as mandated by the global present treaty. However, India abstained, but it is deeply and it is determined to increase it, triple, not triple, even 5 times also, renewable energy resources. So India doesn't attend it, India abstained, because there is a reason is there. Another important, as far as climate and health is concerned, India wants to adopt do you know, there is an adaptation, climatic adaptation, because climate is fast changing. This climate, because of the global warming and climate change, the people needs to switch over to new conditions that is related to health, because global warming, climate change happened. The most important thing is, the health consequences, various other consequences. The people needs to adopt these conditions. It's very important for the being a developing country, highly populous country. That is what India. Okay, but however, India didn't want to sign on this one, because India clearly doesn't want any kind of restrictions on its energy mix, especially using of the coal based power resources, because out of the total power, coal is the most important energy mix in India. India needs to continue its coal. How it can justify? Because it is deeply pledging, deeply committed, but however, it doesn't want any kind of mandate, because there is a justification from the India side. Number one is, so India is not a culprit of the present global warming and emissions level in the atmosphere, because the developed countries contributed to this emission level. So that is important. Around 422 parts per million in the atmosphere now. It is around double than the pre-industrial level. So India is clearly not a culprit. Developed countries should take the responsibilities. However, it is taking the measures. Number two, it needs to continue its coal power. Why? Because it yet to emancipate around the millions of the population out of its poverty and underdevelopment. Unless we use the coal resources, we can't emancipate them. We can't free them from the present entanglement of the unemployment and lack of development, and especially underdevelopment. So India needs the coal, but however, it is committed to reduce the dependence on the coal resources by increasing this renewable energy resources and other nuclear powers, etc., etc. So India doesn't want to commit, but it is doing the very determined steps according to some calculation. According to this UNO reports, India's renewable energy production records are far higher than the various developed countries, especially this is OECD countries. So it is indicated India's commitment. So that is why India abstained from the two important treaties yesterday in the ongoing the COP28 summit. This is very important. Students should follow this COP28. This is a not current affairs. It is a current event. It will take place until December 12th. Even after December 12th also, this kind of news events related to COP28 may appear in the coming 1 month also. That is why this is known as current event. Current event is in the sense it is continuing news for a period of time, whereas current affairs is the day-to-day news. Okay, and another important news related to this one, as far as the international news are concerned, this ongoing Hamas and Israel war is still going on. This death toll reaches around 15,500. It is increasing. So there is a huge hue and cry from the global community. This Israel is still blind to this one. It is continuing. Okay, it is another important. This Marepi is another important news event. So anyhow, out of the all news events, yesterday's assembly result out of the 4 states is the most important dominant news across all papers, not only in national, even in vernacular papers also concerned. Thank you very much.